Jordan, and welcome to Gamer's Genie. Today we're going to learn a magical gem game, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, a gemstone mining game. This 3 to 7 player game is designed by Sergio Halaban, sorry if I butchered it, named Scott Morris and Andrew Wolf, and it's also published by USAopoly. With this game, you are being portrayed as each of the 7 dwarfs, as the obvious thing about this game, and your goal is to collect as many gemstones as you can so you can get rewarded by Snow White's delicious pies. But you have to be aware of the other dwarfs, however, because they're probably going to try to go after the most precious gemstones in the mine and collect and get Snow White's delicious pies. So be on the lookout for that. But hi-ho, it's off to the game's table we go as we learn to play Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs gemstone mining game. Place the main game board in the center of the table with the day marker on the first day of mining. Place pie points and experience tokens near the main game board. Place all the gems in the mine bag. Each player will start with the 1 chest card and 1 mine card incorporating dwarf tokens, as you can see here. Pass these randomly or decide which dwarf you will be based on your personality. Mine cards should have the side with the gem values and a dwarf facing up. The chest card should have the turn action and gem quality side face up. Shuffle all the action cards. For the basic game, the purple reaction cards are removed and set aside. Deal 5 action cards to each player. Place the remaining deck of action cards to the left of the main game board. Shuffle all the Snow White cards and place them in the right side of the game board. And that completes the setup. A game contains of 5 work days in the mine, which means it's 5 game rounds. Start each day, a Snow White card is revealed and place it on the main game board. This card is a combination of gems to be collected. The first dwarf to leave the mine with this gem combination earns the bonus high points. Each day of work in the mine ends with the last dwarf leaves the mine. The player with the longest beard goes first. If no one has a beard, then the shortest player goes first. Each turn, a player may do one of the things: mine a gem, play an action card, or leave the mine. When choosing to mine a gem, simply reach in the mine bag and drop one of the gems out and place in your mine card. In the mine, there are many valuable gems as well as obsidian. Obsidian is an undesirable. Abstaining one is not so bad, but receiving a second will cause an accident, forcing you to leave the mine with nothing. Obsidian is worthless, undesirable, and causes accidents for dwarfs. An accident occurs when a player has the second obsidian in their mine card. When that happens, that player must leave the mine for the rest of the day. All gems in their mine card are returned in the mine bag, including obsidian. Gems are safe in the chest or on the gem. What gem? Which is this card right here. The action card does not need to be returned in the bag. The player places the dwarf token dark side up on the next available leave the mine space, but does not get to claim the bravery points. If the dwarf suffers an accident, they receive an experience token. This token may be discarded to remove an obsidian from the mine cards on another day. The obsidian removed from their card by using experience points is returned in a mine bag. An experience points may be used by its owner at any time, does not count as an action. Players may keep only one experience tokens at a time. It must be used before a new one can be a game. Any experience tokens remaining at the end of the fifth day are traded in for 3 pipe points. A player may choose to play an action card for their turn. After the card is played and its effects resolve, the card is placed beside the action deck face up, forming a discard deck. Each of the actions is spelled out specifically on the action card. When choosing to leave the mine as their action for the turn, flip over the mine cart, indicating you're going back home to the cottage. All gems on the card are set aside until the end of the day. They are traded for pie points. Place your dwarf token on the appropriate side on the main board. Players forced to leave the mine due to an accident involving obsidian place their dwarf tokens on the mine board with a darkened side up. Do not collect the bravery bonus indicating on that space. After leaving the mine, a dwarf is not allowed to return to the mine, take any more turns until the next day. Remember, players may only do one of these actions per turn. For when you leave the mine, first, second, third, etc., and collect the bravery bonus indicating on that space. A bravery bonus is collected. A player that chooses to leave the mine as their turn action, their dwarf token is placed on the next available space for leaving the mine. The bravery bonus can be collected as indicated in that space. The workday continues with each dwarf taking turns performing the action of their choice. Dwarfs who leave the mine as their turn action or forced to leave because of an accident may not return to the mine until the next day. The others keep on mining until there is only one dwarf left in the mine. The final dwarf may continue mining until they choose to leave or suffer an accident. An accident results in losing both the bravery bonus and everything in their mine cart. Choosing to leave results in collecting the final bravery bonus points and cards. The last dwarf out of the mine also mines first on the next day. Now all players trade in their gems for pie points. At the end of each day, gems are traded to Snow White for pie points. Before trading their gems, each dwarf may save up 2 gems inside of their chests. Flip the turn over card to save gems on their chest cards. The gems in the chest may not be used for bonus combinations. The rest of the gems are traded for the amounts indicated on the minecarts. Remember, each player can only use one of these bonuses per day and may choose to use the chest cards to save gems for the better bonus another day. When trading 3 gems of the same kind, a player may double the value of the second type of gem that they're trading in the round. When trading 4 gems of the same type, a player may double the value of 2 other types of gems they're trading in that round. When trading 5 gems of each of the different types, a player may receive an additional 8 points. When trading 6 gems that are each of a different type, a player receives an additional 12 points. At the beginning of each day, 3 things happen. Each player receives 1 action card. A new Snow White card is revealed and placed on the main game board. The day marker advances, moving to the next day. At the end of the 5th day, all gems are traded and the pie points are added up. The dwarf with the most pie points is the winner. Note: action cards remain after the 5th. They are traded for an additional 1 pie point each. Reaction cards and experience tokens remain are traded for 3 pie points each. And that's all you need to know how to play Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, a Gemstone mining game. If you really have any questions about this game, let us know in the comments down below so we can get to them as soon as possible. And if you like the content of this channel, consider becoming a Patreon and support us. And we'll leave the link in the description down below. But if you're on budget, that's okay. But spread the word about our channel to your friends and family, and also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be on the lookout on a gameplay video of this game. But until then, thanks for the views.